Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This is the continuation for my Nintendo Switch collection. This table is pretty much full with just the collector's editions. And I kind of have some of them stacked up, some of them not, but there's still quite a few here. I hope you're all looking forward to being able to see them all. I'm going to have fun putting them back in afterwards. Like, I had fun putting all the Switch games back in before and then taking these all out. So, before we get into the video, thank you all. I hope you know how much I appreciate you. Everyone, just watch these videos. If you're someone new, please subscribe to the channel. Help me to get to 300. I don't know when or if I'll even make that number. It's just kind of, it's a goal. But with y'all's help, maybe I can hit that. Maybe quickly, maybe not. I don't know. Only time will tell. And so, I know y'all are tired of hearing me talk. So, let's just get right into all these games. First off, you can see it right here. My very first Nintendo Switch 2, and I think it's actually my only Nintendo Switch 2 Collector's Edition for Daemon X Machina Titanic Scion. I do not know, like most of these, I do not know if I will ever get around to being able to play them. I hope to, but it's just the way things go. So, I mean, I don't think there's very few of here that I have actually been able to play. Just throwing that out there, being perfectly honest with y'all. Not that I don't play games and beat them, I just have a list, and these are kind of at the very end of the list, because it's like, well, if I'm not going to be able to get around to playing them, I'd rather just keep them sealed, just for the fun. It's a lot easier, I don't have to worry about losing anything. So, yeah, so this is actually usually on top. Y'all can't see it. It's a pretty big box. For Bayonetta 3, what is it called? The Trinity Masquerade Edition. I have not opened this up, still sealed. I actually got a really good deal on that and when I was getting the Bayonetta games. And, yeah, so I was like, I just kind of picked it up. Got this because me and my wife both love Fire Emblem. So here's Fire Emblem Engage Divine Edition. It's the collector's edition for it. I do know that there is a cloth poster in there. So assuming I ever get around to opening that, I would actually like to put it up on the wall. Just saying. But when I broached the for opening it up to my wife, she's like, no, keep it sealed. I'm like, okay, say no more. I wasn't gonna argue. Then we have here, y'all have seen this before, the Xenoblade Chronicles. This is the definitive edition for the first one. And I would actually like to get the other for collector's editions for 2 and 3, just to have all three looking up there, really nice. I just think that would be really fun. Or not fun, but just aesthetically pleasing for me would be great. Then we have here Phantom Breaker Ultimate. This is actually a 4-person co-op side-scrolling beat-em-up. I mainly got it because for the co-op, and I just figured it was pretty nice. We could be able to actually do it for the girls, and we could all just play together. Next, y'all have seen these before. They've been on there. So we have Trails Through Daybreak 1 and 2. It's hard to, I gotta squeeze these when I pick them up because they have slip covers that just kind of come right off if I'm not holding on to them really tightly. And since I've started playing Trails in the Sky, I am really hoping to be able to start playing through, getting through these games. I actually have the very next one that's coming, whenever it comes out next year, I think. It's not Trails Through Sky, I think it's Trails on the Horizon. So I have the collector's edition for that already pre-ordered. So now next one, we have the 100 line Last Defense Academy limited edition. I actually picked this up to be able to support this company because they were having issues. I don't know if they are still, but one of the other YouTubers that I listened to, he was talking about that he had kind of reached out to them and was asking for help in supporting them. And so I figured that I would do that to kind of help them. It's a tactical RPG. And yeah, I like it. Like I said, hope to get around to it. I have actually opened this up, played it, and beat it. It was really fun. So, Ys Memoir, Oath in Felghana. That was actually a really fun game. It wasn't too long. I don't really remember. And then the unboxing that I did here from Limited Run for Valkyria Chronicles. So y'all saw that. And if you haven't, go back and watch the video. We have here Cuisinier Day 1 Edition. I think this was actually it's kind of like a mixture of different games where you get to go through dungeon crawling, getting materials, kind of running your own, it's your own shop, I believe. I can't really remember. It's jumbled up, and that sounds about right. And then this is another one, kind of along those lines. I cannot talk. So we have Potionomics. And so, yeah, you're just going to go through and run your own store creating potions. I mean, most of these all include soundtracks, which would be fun to listen to, assuming I opened them. Then here we have... I thought I opened this up. It must have came separate from the actual box. But for Little Witch Nobeta, just that cover right there for this collector's edition box, that's actually some really good artwork. And just, I don't know. One of the reasons I like the collector's editions, because the boxes seem to have just so much more care put into them. I don't know if it's just me, and maybe it's just something that I noticed, and just the way that they look just seems a lot better. And this is one I actually picked up from the NIS America website for. This is Rhapsody 2 and 3, and it does have the first one. Does it have 4? Nope, doesn't have a fourth one. I wasn't sure. But yep, so it's a collector's edition for the Rhapsody games, which are just kind of, they're another RPG there from NIS America. This one I played a little bit of, not too much, but I just kind of had to get this for the nostalgia factor for it. For the Nintendo World Championship NES edition. If I had more space, I would like to be able to take some of the stuff out for that, to be able to set it up for y'all to be able to see. Then these two, these were pre-ordered a long time ago, but I don't know why the holdup. But so, Elrin Taro's Wandering. These came from VGP, and then we have Goblin Slayer. Now this one is actually a tactical RPG, and I've heard it's really hard. But I like the anime, the manga for Goblin Slayer. I actually keep going through whenever I'm looking at some of these figures, and I put one in the cart, then I take it back out. It's just, I don't know, I couldn't justify getting the Goblin Slayer figure. I'd rather just get another Switch game, to be perfectly honest with y'all. And then Elrin Taro's Wanderings is another, it's a RPG, but it actually has aspects of, not dating sims, but it's not slice of life, but where you're going through and you're actually building relationships with other people. Yeah, it's not a dating sim. I can't remember off the top of my head what that's called. I get social sim, maybe. But and then has a lot of work for there for whenever it is that you craft new items, such as for your weapons and your armor. They all have their own sprite work, so it actually shows up on your character, which is something else, a care of detail that I really love in their RPGs. And we have here was a return to form for the Atelier games, but it's a lot different from the story. It's a lot darker. But this is for Atelier Yumiya. And excuse me, I don't know when my wife will actually ever get around to playing that, but I'm actually looking at this artwork that's here on the back. That is just something special. I don't know if y'all can actually see that with all the different characters and just, yeah, that just looks amazing to me. Then we have, like I mentioned it yesterday, for Fairy Tail 2, the Guild Box. This continues more on for the Fairy Tail story. And so you have like your main characters of Natsu, Lucy, Gray, Urza, Wendy, and there's Happy. And for some reason I am spacing out on his name, but then I know that's Akno Logia, the evil dragon. And yeah, I know that guy's name, but I can't remember it. I just remember he's called the Dark Wizard, but I can't remember. For anyone out there who are Fairy Tail fans, maybe you can comment down below. Tell me what his name is, because I'm really brain farting and can't remember. So here's the Neptunia game. This is actually looks more like for like ninjas, for y'all to be able to see this. For Neptunia X Senran Kagura Ninja Wars. This is another game with the same artist from Fairy Tail. It's kind of the reason why I got it. I did not hear very good things about this. The gameplay for it said that they just really didn't like it, but I just really like the artwork for all this artist's work. Even from Rave Master, Eden Zero, which there was an Eden Zero game. I wish it came out for the Switch, but it didn't. I was really upset about that. Got the mangas for it. But for Magia, this is the day one edition. So it's got like an art book in it, and so this is a game I opened up, played through it, and beat it. As much as people wanted to hate on it, I will go ahead and say I didn't think it was a bad game. It wasn't like spectacular, but I still had fun playing it and beating it. But for Raynaudis, and yeah, for all the grief that people wanted to give to it, I really don't think it's justified. It's actually a really good game in my opinion. Then we have here, and I picked this up because there was like deep discount on it, so I was like, with everything that came with the game, was almost like getting this was like cheaper than getting just a regular Switch game. So Little Town Hero, I can't really remember much about it. I just know that you're there and you're supposed to be defending your town from monsters. I don't remember what the kind of combat that it was, if it was turn-based or if it was an action game. Then we have here, it was a Serenity Forge game. Virgo versus the Zodiac. I think this was another RPG from them. I can't really remember. I can't remember every single game I got. I got too many. Then we have here Rune Factory 3, the special edition. If you've played a Rune Factory game, it's pretty much just like the others. So if you like them, you like them. If you don't, you don't. I did play this one a little bit for Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar. It's a Story of Seasons game, and it was actually really... The Story of Seasons games, I think they're pretty fun. They're just kind of cozy, laid back. If you have time to spare, and you don't... Not really to spare, to say, but if you just want to be able just to spend some time kind of vegging out, you don't really have to worry about thinking and stressing so much about play gameplay as you do in a lot of games. Story seasons are a pretty good game. Just throwing that out there for y'all. And then I covered this when I got it. Obviously, I have not been able to play it for Touhou Luna Nights. And it's... I can't remember if it was an RPG or if it was a platformer. I really can't remember right now. I want to say that it was a platformer. But I just remember that... No, because it has aspects of time travel, so I think there actually is kind of RPG aspects to it. I don't know. Maybe someone can correct me down below, or I'll go and look it up after this video to kind of remind myself what it is. Then we have here Phantom Brave, The Lost Hero. This is a sequel to Phantom Brave. Have not opened it up. I do know that it is an RPG, and it's really unique in the fact that you kind of grant souls to items to enable them to help you in battles, and depending upon what it is you give the soul to, affects like the stats of what it can do. That seemed really interesting to me. This is an RPG. I remember this one for Legend of Legacy, and the artwork on here, it doesn't matter which side you have facing you. You just got this artwork, and I think it's just beautiful. And in actuality, if I was going to have anything facing, it would be probably this one. Because this one, you got mainly your characters, but I just think this other side looks cooler. Just if y'all care or not. Then this is another one for Grim Grimoire Once More. I can't remember about this game. I know I picked it up. I knew it looked cool. I wanted to play it. I can't remember if it was a RPG off the top of my head. But I do remember it being about for a witch in here. And then we have here for the Castlevania collection I got from I got it from PlayAsia. So it's got, I can't remember how many games. I think it's got like 12 different games on there for the Castlevanias, which I haven't really played the Castlevanias. So, but I'm kind of looking forward to. This was not like I thought it was going to be, because Needy Streamer Overload. Yes, so I had it right. It just didn't sound right in my head. And when you go through and you look at this, you think it's going to be a nice, cutesy little game, but no, there's actually some horror kind of aspects to this game. I opened up the box because I just wanted to check out, because it has a little coat, so I just went ahead and threw it on just for the fun of it. So I haven't been able to play it yet, but I just kind of started reading about the game, and that's why I found out that it had like the horror aspects for it. This one just came out. I have not been able to play it yet, but it came out for the Switch 2 from NIS America, and a lot of people were very upset because it came out as a game keycard, and I believe I can't even remember if it has DLC on it, but for Disgaea 7, I think it was actually for the Disgaea 7, was called Disgaea 7 Complete or something. I can't remember what it was right off the top of my head, but I just remember there was a big controversy for it. Then we have here Xuan Yuan Sword Mist Beyond the Mountains. This is another Serenity Forge RPG. They're kind of in the same vein of Idea Factory for your games. We have here, opened it up, have not played it yet, for Witch Spring R, the Collector's Edition. I have heard some really good things about this game, and being able to go through, and I really hope to be able to get around to this one, because I do remember from the gameplay, it looked really interesting going around collecting and fighting things. This one, I got it used, so it is already open. I did double check and make sure it has everything, but I had to pick this up because I loved the game so much. I have a figure up there along with the regular game, and I really got this mainly because it includes the soundtrack, because the music is just beautiful in it. And this is for Sakuna of Rice and Ruin. If you haven't played these games, I greatly recommend you doing it. It's like an action platformer, and you're going through collecting and it is an RPG, but you don't level up in the same sense that for regular RPGs. How you level up is you actually have to farm, cultivate your rice, and then when you get your rice and you get a harvest, that based upon the stats that your rice actually has, that's what you get. That is how you level up, is through your rice. And that in itself was very original to me. I found it fun, just to be perfectly honest with y'all. And there's a hunger system in it, so whenever it is, you have to eat food at your meals, so you're collecting and kind of getting materials to be able to cook for your meals, which is really fun. It has like a day-night cycle, and once it hits nighttime, all the monsters get like a lot harder. So you just kind of explore around through each level throughout the day, and you're killing them, collecting materials, and then you kind of, once it gets kind of dark, either you beat the level really quickly so you can go back to your house, or you can kind of just quit if you really want to. This is for the Dragon Quest III HD Remaster, the Special Edition, and it's kind of like a book. This has like a little code inside of there. But you can see that in here, it has the slots. So 3 goes in here, and it actually matches perfectly for like the image that you have there for the cartridge. It just fits there and goes, so that it continues on from the cartridge. And then this one is where the actual number 2 will go. And so that's something else, which I know I do have the second edition that's coming, and it should actually be at the end of the month, I believe, for 1 and 2 HD remaster, or HD 2D remaster, however you want. I did beat this. It was a fun little game from Idea Factory. But Moto Monogatari, I did a review on it. So you can go ahead and check it out. It is an RPG with dungeon crawling, and every single level when you go through the dungeons, it's all randomly generated. It wasn't too difficult. You can just kind of go along with the story. Nothing too complicated. Have not gotten around to playing this. I did the unboxing for it, so everything that was inside of it. Again, you can check out the video for it. This was like my very first unboxing, which didn't get very many views, just to be honest with y'all. So, for Rune Factory, Guardians of Azuma, and I don't know if y'all can see this, just look at that artwork. You can see the 2 different dragons there, for the white one in the corner and the back one, or the black one that's right up here, the different worlds, and like the earth dancers are there. It just looks like a really special game. This one is one that I got from Limited Run, and I'm really looking forward to being able to play. I did not play the first one, but in the case for it is actually this is actually a really cool looking case. Just actually kind of reminds me almost like an old like VHS tape, a lot bigger though, but the way it's kind of curved right here like this, you can see it looks like a book, and it's a nice sturdy plastic. But for Freedom Planet 2, and I believe this was actually a kind of like an action platformer. I can't remember. I actually got it because I thought that it was multiplayer co-op when I ordered it, and it says in the back that it's only 1 player, so I was like, oh, well, that kind of stinks. Next one, this is actually for Neptunia Game Maker Revolution. This is a Neptunia game. They always just have these cutesy going through, like, for the console wars. That's kind of mainly why I like them. Just the aesthetics for it, the way they look. Played through, beat this, loved this game so much. I'm debating on getting the new one that's coming out for the Switch too. But for this is for Ys 10 Nordics, so you got to come here with the box. And you can't really see it. I have it right up here. It came with this cool little bag that I have just hanging up here all the time. So, and obviously I don't use it. And there actually is another collector's edition that's over here that I can't show y'all because I have it way over there and I forgot all about it until just now. But it's for Persona 5 Royal, the collector's edition for that. And it's actually a nice big chest. It opens up, and inside of it's got like the design that you would see from inside the game. It's got some cards in there, and it's actually got the Akechi's bag is in there too. And so it was actually really, really cool looking thing. And that was actually one of my very first collector's editions I actually ever got. Just for as an aside. Then we have here the collector's edition for Unicorn Overlord. Looking forward to playing this as a technical RPG, and the art stuff they have here. Atlus is just really great for their character designs and how they do for their games. These are some numbered games, so I will probably never open these. So we have here for Tokyo Clan Pool. And these are two other Neptunia games. So Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth 1 and 2. Nearing the end right now. There's just these last four things. We have here for Golden Force Limited Edition. This was a side-scrolling game. It just looked really interesting when I ordered it. I got this on not a recommendation, but it was a video. I can't remember who was doing the video for it. I think it was actually for Just the Gyms, and he was talking about some of his favorite games to play that people are like must plays. And so I heard about it, saw it. This is like the day one edition for Dusk Diver 2. Looks kind of really interesting. Dusk Diver 1 is a lot more expensive than this one. I'm just saying. So then we have here. This was an Xseed game, which they just do really great work for their. They're not collection editions per se; they're just day one editions. So we have here for Trinity Trigger. From what I understand, because I haven't played it, it is kind of like I'm brain farting. Secret of Mana a lot. It has aspects of that, so you can just see where the influences for that are in there. This game I did play and beat, and I actually really enjoyed it. For Silent Hope, the day one edition, this was actually a really fun game. I must say. And it was actually what spurred me to get this was actually a video from Happy Console Gamer. And he was just talking about the games that he and Kim were playing. And they mentioned about this game. I'd heard about it. But I hadn't ever played it, obviously. And just watching the gameplay that they had for it, for going down to the dungeons. Every time you go down, it's not a dungeon, but you're going to the abyss. Every time you dive into the abyss, it's different every single time. There's like certain crystals with challenges for you to do. You can't just leave on any floor. You have to wait until you get down to a floor which has a crystal, which gives you the option. You can choose to change your characters, or you can go up to the surface with everything you've got. Or you can press your luck, and which I did quite a few times, press my luck, didn't make it quite to where I needed to go and ended up dying. Or you can pass through and there's bosses and then once you pass the boss, it kind of goes to another level of the abyss. So you can always just jump after you've beaten the boss to those levels that you've gone down previously. So, and just you're collecting materials, upgrading weapons, getting like recipes for crafting different things, and there's so you actually like cook from your farm, from your garden, your animals that are getting kept. It was just a really all-around fun game. And so if you actually have the chance to play that, I would greatly recommend for you to be able to do it. I do not think that I will steer you wrong in that, and that is a game that if you like RPGs and you like dungeon crawlers, that it's something that you might find special as well, and you might actually enjoy the game. I was not keeping track. I doubt any of y'all were keeping track of the number of games, the collector's edition that these were. But it's, obviously, as you can see, it's quite a few. So, yeah, I hope you all like this video. Hope you liked seeing some of the collector's editions. I can give you some recommendations for some of the ones that I've actually played, and maybe something you might pick up. Maybe it's something you've been on the fence for. You can see the way that the box and everything looks. Obviously, they aren't open, so I can't show you everything that's inside of them. But, yeah, if you can find good deals on some of these, like I did on some of these, found them like when they were on discounts. So they were cheaper than like for the games in which they originally came out for. So, and those are like really good deals in my mind. So, hope you all like this video. Please throw a like on it. If you do, if you are still here, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And I will see you all next time.